Alright, so I know it's a little bit dark in here, but this is where we're raising our chicks for next year, or the layers for next year. What we've got here is, this was like the only pen at one point in time. This was the big one we were planning on doing everything with, and now this is basically just where we have our brooder boxes set up, and we just brood new chicks until they're big enough to either go somewhere else, or we'll open them up to the outside pen that's here. But we'll just walk you around here. We've got a ton of these feed barrels that just kind of sit around, and we buy feed in a small enough amount that we try to run through it about every 2 weeks. I think they say like 12 days, but man, if I'm going to getting feed every 12 days, that's just a lot. It's a lot to handle. So these boxes here, these are our brooder boxes, and what we've got here is just a simple 4x4 box. It's got a little bit of a lip, you know, on the bottom, and then underneath of it, they're all gonna freak out. But you can just see there's two 250 watt bulbs in there right now, and they're 250 watts because we had the 125s in there, and earlier on in the year, especially when we had those low temps like in the low 20s and that, it was just too cold. They were all bunched up, and so we just decided to throw the 250 watters in there. They only need lights for 4 weeks anyway, but yeah, the electricity on that's pretty awesome right now. We just got one of those simple 3-foot feeders in here, and then this is the bell water that we've pretty much switched to for everything. Is these? Man, I wish I could remember the name of that. We'll try and put it, maybe attach it in the post. But again, Cornerstone poultry products or Cornerstone Farming. Maybe we'll link that too. That's where I get those from. And even in the Eggmobile, the meat bird pens, these chicks, we use them for everything. They don't make a mess. You know, we used to use those nipplers, and those things were just, they just wasted so much water. They made such a mess with them. This is probably the only area where we use it, but as you can see in the back, we had to create this gutter to catch all the water that drips out of these things down here. And we created this gutter that runs all the way down the side of the barn. I didn't drain the water out of that soon enough this year, and so it froze at one point and cracked. And so I've got to get that fixed, but other than that, this one works okay, but they still waste a ton of water. So right now we've got basically 2 pens set up. We got 150 birds in one and 150 birds in the other. Supposed to be 150 birds. They're big enough now, you can see that they're jumping over. And I can tell you that there's more birds over here than there are over here because they run through the feed over here, and over here not quite as much. So I think some of them have kind of moved over back and forth and wherever. Again, you can see all the electric. We run electric around this. We've got 4 strands, 1 at the bottom, 3 there, and then we've got 1 further up. So if anything decides to play like Jackie Chan, you know, Karate Kid, it jumps up here and it's still going to get hit. And so that gets on every night. We test them every night. There's not a night where we go to bed where every fencer around this farm doesn't get tested, because there's 2 kinds of birds. There's ones with electric around them, and there's ones that are dead. So that's kind of it. I mean, really, we don't have a whole lot else to really look at here as far as what we're doing right now. I mean, we always keep live traps going too. You can see that. Because you always have pests out here. Everything likes a chicken. So but it's been great, really successful. Like I said, these birds are getting to the point where the lights will go off. And yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna be making some videos and doing some more specific stuff. These brooders are also called Ohio brooders. So if you're looking for design stuff on that, don't ask me. Just go online and look it up. If they're Ohio brooders or brood boxes, and you'll find a ton of designs out there, really good ones. And yeah, that's it. Thanks.